tail of the tape showing you the confidence of the unbeaten 5'5" Mark Davis, who's 18-0 from Cleveland. It's time to step up and get something done here, potentially fight for a title against the experience of Michael Farenas from the Philippines. And there is Mark Davis, the unbeaten prospect from Ohio. He has had inactivity in recent years. He had some promotional dealings in the management of his career that didn't take the course that he would prefer. He says Farenas is slow and flat-footed, and he will take advantage of that all night long. And there is Farenas, 5'6", 130 to Davis's 5'5", 30-year-old. He's 37, 4, and 4 among his notable outings. We'll see Yuriorkis Gamboa. That was the last loss of his career. He has won 4 straight. Teddy offers up the fight plan.
As straight as an arrow. Now, if Mark Davis can shoot his right hand the same way, well, the sky's gonna be the limit. Let's find out right now. Farenas, southpaw, I'll be Davis. Farenas likes to be aggressive. I notice he makes his head movements too far away. He gives you room to time him, to see what he's doing. Also, he gives you space when he goes over on his left side to catch him, to nail him. Bang! The southpaw killer, the straight right hand. Well, if Davis does that, Farena's gonna be seeing stars on the inside. You're supposed to go outside and see stars.
No, on the outside.
Not inside. All right, now how does Farenas create his own constellation? Well, with the Big Dipper. This, his power punch, the left hand. Against Davis, an orthodox fighter, well, Farenas has to know that right hands are gonna be coming. So you get ready for it, it comes, slip, bang, a comet, right out of the sky. And then, the big twinkle, twinkle, little star. Do you know he's asleep? It's all over. That's done.
You did promise that you would sing in a recent show.
Listen, you know why he didn't sing? Because he
sang a little lullaby.
No, because Saul drooled on me.
You don't want that.
And once there's drooling, it cancels the singing.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Drooling cancels out singing.
He also weighed in at a ready at even 130 pounds. His professional record, a perfect one. 18 fights, 18 victories, 5 wins coming by way of knockout. From Cleveland, Ohio, ladies and gentlemen, Mark "Too Sharp" Davis.
Bringing back that Too Sharp moniker is this Mark of a different generation. As Stevie Smoger is the referee for our IBF title
instructions
eliminator.
in your respective dressing rooms. Please obey my commands. Respect the bell, and above all, protect yourself at all times. This is for the IBF #2 position. Fight accordingly. Touch gloves, and God bless you both.
Farenas, by the way, speaks limited English. He uses the Filipino dialect of Tagalog. So in terms of the instructions from Steve Smoger that you'll see throughout the night, Smoger always does a good job of getting physical signals to the fighters as well.
Look for straight left hands, or maybe a little crooked left hands, but look for left hands from the southpaw Farina. That's his Sunday punch, or maybe his Wednesday punch. He's got power in that hand. That's where his confidence is. He likes to come forward, bang with that left hand.
And there he goes.
He can bang all night long if he's allowed to. And for Davis, he's going to have to avoid it. And that might start with moving more to his left and less to his right. He's moving the wrong way right now. He's moving right into that punch. He's moving to the right. Bad place to be moving because Farenas can throw the left hand. If he moves the other way to his left, he'll be moving away from that power shot. You would hope that the people in the corner that help Farenas get ready for a fight, that they would be aware of that.
Teddy, those left hands
Well, I
of the
should say
Filipino
help Davis.
southpaw has already opened an abrasion. It looks like there's already a small cut around the right eye of Mark Davis as he was circling to his right, and Farenas landed a couple of those left hands. There was already some notice of blood around the right eye of Davis.
Well, like I said in the opening, and I'll say it again, Davis is going to be tested tonight. He's got a guy in front of him who's fought for a world title, a guy who has more than twice as many fights, a guy who has more knockouts than Davis has wins, a guy who's a southpaw and has power in that left hand, and he's using the left hand.
He is scoring really well here in this first round as the Filipino, and there is blood coming down the face of the undefeated Mark Davis.
Now, Davis is going to have to start using that jab to keep some separation from Farenas. Farenas wants to be close. Davis doesn't want to be close, so he needs that jab to get a little separation from Farenas, and then he's going to need the right hand at some point to slow down the southpaw.
Stevie Smoger, as he was circling by us, leaned over and said, cut, paused, and said punch. Indeed it was. That cut caused by a punch here
Let him out, Mark.
in the
Let him
first
out.
round.
Good.
Farenas gonna have his way. We're gonna see power all night from that left hand. If Davis is going to rise to the occasion and pass this difficult test, we're gonna see speed at some point.
And to round one, that gives you a chance to go to the Friday Night Fight Facebook page and score along with Teddy Atlas and the ringside judges. Head over to Facebook and score with us.
Step up.
All right.
See the grease over the right eye of Mark Davis. He was hit by a few left hands from Farenas in that first round, the first of which opened up a cut.
And it's good to have, at all times, it's good to have a good referee, and it's even better to have one of the best in the business. Steve Smoger came over to us and let us know in between rounds that it was a punch that caused that cut.
Show you what happened in the first round. This is the replay of the left hand that opens up that cut above the right eye. See how flush it was and how he turned it over right at the end.
Step out.
Davis going to win. I mentioned speed. You're also going to have to throw in some legs there. Davis going to need legs and speed if he's going to turn around what was a difficult first round and start to gobble up rounds from this point on. Legs to change range, to get angles, to keep Farenas off balance, and speed to do something about it when he has that space.
There are the power punches according to Penalty Box. Big edge for Farenas, landing 13, throwing 52.
Glad to see that Davis moving a little more to his left when he was separated, not as much to his right, where he was moving right into that left hand.
That time straight back against the ropes, and the hard-charging Filipino comes in with that left hand free as they wrestle their way into the corner, and now he's just making a fight out of it with a relentless attack.
Davis is leaving the front door open. He's not using his jab, and he's allowing Farenas to come in that front door, so he figures now, Davis, you know what? I'm going to fight fire with fire a little bit. Maybe gain a little respect from Farenas for a moment.
That time he stood right in the pocket and traded as he shakes him off now at distance.
That cut man's going to be important in the corner of Farenas.
Manuel Diablo work in the corner.
Corner of Davis, I should say. Manuel Diablo, as you just said. See, Farenas, where he hurts himself, he doesn't come in behind the jab enough. You know, and there he goes coming in, but he does that enough. Comes in with that big left hand that probably just won the round for him.
This is a really good start to his night. Southpaw charging in. Mark Davis got an earful from his trainer, Fred Neal. Was not pleased with some of the strategic choices he was making in the first 2 rounds against Michael Farenas. First and foremost, he was saying, stop going to your right. He's throwing that looping left hand.
Maybe somebody should have said something a long time ago, like stop facing soft competition, because Davis has faced a lot of soft competition in his young career. And Farenas has faced, obviously, the much stiffer competition. And that is one of the differences right now. Farenas is battle-tested. Davis is not.
Davis was able to land a right hand between punches moments ago. Now puts out that jab. So the body goes to Filipino as Davis fires back.
Farenas went 10 rounds in his 8th pro fight. You move a lot faster in places like the Philippines, where you have less opportunities, less chances. You got to move fast. And that means you got to get hard. You got to get tough and grow up fast. Davis is going to have to grow up fast right in front of us.
No. Good.
You get no jab now from Farenas. He looks for that. Downstairs and upstairs. That power punch.
There's a right hook that time by Farenas.
So far, no doubt about professional rules. Who's landing the harder, more consequential punches, which is what the pro rules are all about. So far, that's Farenas. And there's another one.
And another left hand.
And another case where Davis gives him the opportunity to throw that left hand, standing right in front of him, not moving off to his left away from the power.
And now Davis sits in there. Straight right hand from Davis after he went to the belt line.
That hurt Farenas, that straight right hand.
So some give and take here in round 3. Action-packed 3rd round. There's a combination that finished with a left hand. Davis came back with a right hand in the midst of it.
Left versus right. Who's your money on? The left of Farenas is going to be all night, and it looks like it's going to be against the right of Davis. There's the legs of Davis. Now he needs the speed. Now he needs those quick punches as he tries to get an angle.
It's a very entertaining 3rd round between these two. Short break, be right back.
This is Catholic.
That would be Magaling.
You speak Tagalog. You speak Filipino dialect.
That means very good.
It does. Well done.
Well done.
And it was well done by Michael Farenas. Magaling, as he takes this into the 4th round against the undefeated 18-0 Mark Davis. Title eliminator, and now he's charging into that corner against him as he landed another left hand.
You know, shame on Davis. If him and his people are surprised by this avalanche of left hands, they should have known that's what Farenas brings. And in spots, that's what Davis could bring. Quick combinations, a lot of speed.
Both men going at it. Davis fired back for a moment, and now Farenas getting right back to action. Highly entertaining stuff early on here in the main event.
Yeah, Farenas mixing up those left hands nice. Downstairs, upstairs. One complements the other. You get his attention downstairs, easier to go upstairs. Expect one upstairs now. Farenas is like a pitcher, hitting different spots of the plate, inside, outside.
Hey, don't punch. I got you now.
Combination through the uppercut that time, and Davis tried to fire back, didn't land anything on the inside. Now short right hand on the inside.
Right now, I talked about left versus right. Right now, it's power versus speed.
Don't spear, baby, jab.
Power by Farenas and the reluctant, spotty speed of Davis. Not consistent. So far, the power output and delivery of Farenas has been a little more consistent than the spurts of speed we've seen from Davis.
Davis confidently lifted him with that right hand. Now they're on the inside. Lets loose as he pulled back. There was a left hand that leaded from Farenas.
If this was a card game, Davis has two pairs, but every time he shows those two pairs, Farenas shows three of a kind. Power over speed.
Intriguing matchup here. Edge has gone to Farenas early on. Davis has had his moments here in round 4 with those speed in spots. But the left hand of Farenas has been the talk about in the early stages here.
Again, sporadic behavior by Davis. Being very careful, not letting those hands go, and not making up for the power of Farenas that round.
As they have 4 rounds completed here at Foxwoods, as we will listen into the corner of Mark Davis.
You got to go to body. Fred wants you to go to body, baby. You got to take the gas out of him, Mark. You set him up for the deep body side. All right? You got power. Hit him to the body, son. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Dig to the body, bro. Take a deep breath. Throw your chest up. Throw your chest up. Don't worry about the head. Finish up top when you get through. But dig that body first, all right? All right? Dig the body, baby. Come on, keep your right hand up, bro. He's throwing that old loop left hand with him practice for. You got to use your legs, though, to get out of the way. Or when you dip down over there, shoot something to his body. He ain't going no way, too slow. Here, man.
See, that's one of the things you get when you have a father in the corner. I'm not saying good or bad, but the head trainer in that corner is Fred Neal. Fred Neal went silent because the father, Mark Davis Sr., took over. And that's what's going to happen when you have a father in the corner and the son starts having hands laid on him. The father's going to behave like a father. He's going to take over. And the head trainer is going to be on the side. And that round in the corner, the head trainer had nothing to say.
Davis was comfortably in the pocket there and was scoring, and then all of a sudden Farenas landed another left hand before Smoger had to break him.
Again, it's the power on the inside. I mean, I don't care if Davis throws 6. You see, Farenas is 1. Makes up for those 6 and goes past the flurries of punches that every once in a while Davis throws. And there it is again,
Left
the
hand
power.
again. As Davis takes a step back, and then he landed the body shot as well.
Stay up, baby. Stay up.
Been targeting the body a little more here in round 5. Davis comes back with a combination.
Yeah, right
and
there.
now a right hand by the undefeated Cleveland fighter.
If Davis shows that right hand, he shows 3 of a kind. But Farenas is looking for that full house, and there it is. Full house beats 3 of a kind. Nothing fancy here. Tight quarters. Maybe that's the problem. Tight quarters. For me, Davis not using those legs. He's the more mobile guy. He's not showing it. He's 3 years younger, not showing it. Here comes some mobility. Now Davis has to match that movement with some punches. He doesn't do it, he just lays near the ropes. Arena walks right in that front door again. means nothing, those quick punches.
That's right. Nothing is landing flush there or having much impact.
And it's not, he's going to have
like
a lot more to catch up. And now he's way behind with these power shots again. And he's bending too low. And when you bend that low to get away, you give your opponent, in this case Farenas, a chance to catch you as you come up.
On the attack, right to the bell. Michael Farenas in control. Davis came in 18-0, overflowing with confidence, disrespecting Farenas' ability and physicality. And look at what side he's on now. He needs a turnaround.
Not disrespecting it anymore, but it might be too late.
Just work the body.
I don't think he should work the body. I'll tell you why. When you say work the body,
that's right.
I don't think you want to be in close with a guy who's shown that he's stronger than your guy.
You practice all day.
But sometimes a father doesn't see that. A father just sees his son, and he thinks his son can do anything. There's a big left hand by Farenas. Again, a big shot from Farenas. Now, I also saw that Davis was bending way too low. There's the left hand. Look how low he's going. You go that low, you got to come up. And when you come up, guess what? Farenas has the edge because you're spending time down way too low. And by the time you get back up, Farenas reloads and he's ready to clock you.
This has been a long 6 rounds for Mark Davis, IBF title eliminator. Started off with left hands, landing flush, and a cut opened up under the right eye, and then there at the end of 5, he was damaged. Can he steady himself here in round 6? Can he figure out how to slow down Michael Farenas? He's tying up there with that hand for a moment. Now another left hand comes in.
Yeah, he's in trouble.
He does not look good at all.
No, Farenas doing the smart thing. He's keeping just enough separation where he can do that. Move his hands, not get smothered. Moving his feet when he has to, Farenas, to keep room for that offensive flow. See that defensive move that we saw in the last round where Davis went way too low? He does that every once in a while. He got away with that with the opposition that's been in front of him for the previous 18 fights. But it doesn't mean it was right. He just got away with it. Now, you can see that it wasn't right. But it might be too late.
Stay up, Mark. Stay up, Mark.
Only hope for Davis right now. I mean, his heart is keeping him in there. He's showing great heart. But I think he needs to get out of there and use his legs, and he's not. He's staying in those trenches.
Oh, he ate a big one upstairs. Headshot rained in.
I always talk about geography. The geography that a fighter must fight in. The geography from the beginning for Farenas was inside. And for Davis, should have been on the outside, and it hasn't been.
A left hand comes in again. 40-something seconds remaining, and you got to think about survival at this point, the way Mark Davis looks.
And Smolder is thinking about being ready to stop it. He's positioning himself, and he's watching. And the doctor, Dr. Schwartz, a good doctor in this business, is right up on that ring apron.
Michael Schwartz, one of the most respected ringside physicians in the business, is monitoring the undefeated, for now, Mark Davis. Almost had another left-hand clip him here. So he makes it through after what was another attacking round by the southpaw Farenas. And there's Dr. Schwartz. Let's listen in.
I'm not going to let it go much longer. He's got to show me something here. I know you're firing back, but you're taking a lot.
What the hell you doing?
You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Move to your left, all right? Where's left hand? You ain't trying to slip the left hand.
Tony, go look at him,
Get your
Tony.
right hand up, bro, and you dip down to
doing
his
over there,
body.
Tony?
He get
The
tired,
Tony,
he
go
to his
look at him,
body.
Tony. You heard from Steve Smoger.
What do you want me to do, Ken?
Is a call for Anthony Alessi, one of the foremost neurosurgeons in all of sports. This is a guy that works with the New York Yankees and the NFL Players Association.
He's looking to make some determination.
Yeah, stop it. Yeah.
Blow your chest.
So Schwartz says, I'm going to make a determination. Alessi's going over to join him as they look at Davis.
Move to the left, all right? Get away from his left hand and go to his body.
The corner of Davis turned to Schwartz when he gave them the warning as to what he was looking for, the physician. He said, but I'm firing back. And Schwartz came back and said, but you're also taking a lot. Are you hearing me? Round 7. Can Davis come up with anything here to survive Farenas?
This will be his last round that he'll get an opportunity to do that. The tremendous referee, Steve Smoger, gave me a signal just before and kind of let us in on what was being said in that corner. He pointed to finger 1. In other words, we're giving him this
Step
one
around,
round
step around.
and see what he does.
Step back, step back.
So far, not that big left hand we've seen throughout the night from Farenas here in round 7. Now here he tries to bring it in, but it was just a glancing blow. Just a right jab to the body. Davis is circling to his left, trying to stay away from that left hand of the Filipino.
Farenas has been on the floor in 2 fights, if you were wondering back home. What's the chance of Davis suddenly, out of the sky, pulling a lightning bolt of a right hand on the chin of Farenas? Yes, Farenas' chin has been dented.
Fight back, Mark, fight back.
Davis circling. It's actually been the round that he's been looking for and needed after what happened in both round 5 and 6 when he was hurt.
No jab from Farenas. There's a little jab, but he hasn't really needed it.
Fairly nondescript round so far. After all those fireworks, Teddy, in 5 and 6 from Farenas.
The round that Davis needed just to be allowed.
That's right.
To continue tonight. Just the round that he needed to survive. Not win, but survive.
And at 7. Here on ESPN Friday Night Fights, presented by Corona Extra, who invites you to find your beach. Beautiful Foxwoods Resort Casino, in the midst of the IBF's title eliminator at 130 pounds. As
Blow your
Davis
chest up, son.
was so confident
No,
yesterday.
Stay going to the body, all right? Stay moving
Said
around
this
your left.
isn't
You
even
go
a
to the
step-up
right, you
fight
be
for
first.
me.
There you go.
I know
Boy,
you
did
are.
he
You
find
gotta
out
really fight back
how
hard,
wrong
brother.
he
Stay
was.
using your legs. Stay using your legs, all right? Stay digging the body like you're doing, but sit down on it, all right? You gotta roll that right up, baby. I thought putting it in the jelly though. Okay? But you,
Pag nakalimutan na niya, balik tayo doon. Right? Yung malalim.
You see a familiar face in the corner of Farenas. Long-time New York trainer and cut man. Been with a lot of good fighters. A lot of years. Lenny De Jesus.
8th round. Let's see if Farenas steps it up. Basically took that 7th off
stop.
after doing so much damage in the 5th and 6th.
You know, it's not about today. It's about yesterday.
Get off his neck,
So
Marky.
far tonight. 18 yesterday, to be exact, for Davis. To prepare for today, he had to have been in with tougher competition before he made this big jump
Turn around, turn around.
from the swimming pool to the ocean. Farenas, Joe, has been in a lot of close, tough fights. 4 draws and 5 split or majority decisions. Unlike Davis, he's fire tested, ready for battle.
Oh, he backs him up into the corner and comes chasing him down. And Steve Smoger wants no more damage to Mark Davis. A humane ending to the fight, as Smoger had warned him, as did the physicians. And the next time he took damage, you knew that was going to be it.
Left hands beat all the hands of Davis tonight.
That was a good night out for Michael Farenas. Former title challenger who now puts himself in position to fight for a belt again.
Once again, no surprise, left hand, but Smoger knew what he was doing, knew what he was watching, knew what had transpired all night long, and he saw what I just saw. That left hand was not one of the greatest left hands of the night, Joe, but it was a left hand that affected Davis. That was a less of a left hand than earlier. So that told Smoger, the experienced referee, all he needed to know, his capacity to take punches has been lessened. He's damaged. I need to get him out of there.
Listen, Smoger would have done it in the 7th round, but the 7th round didn't even offer up one opportunity to do it. So here we are a round later, and the first time he can, the fight is called. Mark Davis, the first loss of his career. For the official particulars, let's send it up to David.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Steve Smoger calls a halt to this contest. The official time of the stoppage, 59 seconds of round number 8. Your winner by TKO. And now the number 2 IBF junior lightweight contender from Manila in the Philippines, Michael Hammerfist Farenas.
Takes the IBF title eliminator with an 8th round TKO. He has now won 5 straight fights by knockouts. Let's look at the foolproof punch of the night, brought to you by Just for Men. Here's how he finished it off.
And again, not one of the biggest punches of the night, but by this time, Davis had been worn down from punches like that all night long, and it didn't take much to put him over the cliff.
Southpaw veteran from the Philippines, promoted by Manny Pacquiao, now with 38 wins in his career. Todd?
Next Thursday, it's Argenis Mendez and Rancis Barthelemy down in Miami, Florida. So we will know which one of those two Michael Farenas will be facing for the title. As for us, we return to our normal night. Imagine that. It's Friday night for Friday Night Fights. Toreno Johnson and Mike Gavronski coming to you live from Shelton, Washington. That's Friday, July 11th, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN2. Hope you enjoy your holiday weekend. Coming up next, it's Olbermann for Teddy Atlas, Joe Tessitore, and our entire crew. I'm Todd Grisham. Michael Farenas gets a shot at glory. He gets a shot at a world title.
We begin tonight with David Ortiz and the curse of the Chicago Cubs' fatally flawed schedule.